Hey everyone, I wanted to do a very quick update to the challenge mode guide that I did. The original guide with the play-by-play will be in the comments if you want to watch it. If you're new, you don't know what's going on, that will help you more than this will. This is just to go over a couple of changes I did to finally get it down. First off, I just want to go over, there was a huge nerf yesterday. When I made the original guide, I wiped it like 3%, and then I made the guide video, and I never went back to it because it's frustrating, and I just didn't want to. So I went back in today, finally, and I killed in about 5 attempts. The nerf is quite huge. So the nerf is the first thing is Krul's HP has been reduced by 10%. Then Inquisitor Varys had his HP reduced by 10%. Corvus, the demon hunter that helps you, had her HP increased by 100%. The Nether Hoarders, and this is the biggest nerf in my opinion, the Nether Hoarders, the arcane ads that come out, had their HP reduced by an additional 20%. This is on top of the nerf that happened last cycle. Then the Tormenting Eyes had their HP reduced by 20%, and the Infernals spawned less frequently. So this, like altogether, this is a huge nerf. I think it was needed. The tank challenge is now on par with the DPS challenges, so it's about even across the board, which is sort of important. So quick update for talents. I used Abyssal Strike. This is kind of important for Phase 2 to jump out of the Nether Stomp. Fallout. This is coupled with your Erupting Souls for damage. Flame Crash for the AoE. I use Soul Rending instead of Fracture because I find that I was just soul cleaving non-stop anyway. So it's just a little bit easier just to use Soul Rending. So when I pop meta, I get extra 50% healing. It's just made it easier to get topped off. I use Quicken Sigils, and I use macros to drop them at my feet. I use Feldev, and I use the Last Resort. Last Resort is sort of important. Borderline mandatory for the last Annihilate. I think there was at least one or two, maybe more than that, who actually did it with Soul Barrier. But for me, I find that Last Resort was just way too important. For legendaries, like I said in the actual guide, there's a wide variety of legendaries that you could use. But what I used is I used the Kil'jaeden's Burning Wish, just for the damage. And I used the Bracers. Where did I put the Bracers? Defiler's Lost Fan Braces. That way I could make sure I had the Sigil of Silence whenever I needed it in Phase 1 and Phase 2. It just made it easier, a little more room for error. Now, one big change I also used, and a little embarrassed to say this, but I found that there's a lot of times when I wiped in Phase 2, it was the combination of a Nether Stomp followed by an Annihilate, like back to back, and there was no time to recover. And if I had my Sigil of Misery on cooldown or my Shackle was on cooldown, I couldn't stop that from hitting me, and it would always one-shot me. So if I wiped in Phase 2, it was 98% of the time because of another stop into Annihilate. So because of this, I used the Royal Dagger Haft, the one that gives you another cheat death. That way, if I get unlucky and I get that terrible combo on either the first or second Annihilate, I don't proc Last Resort because I'm going to need it for the fourth Annihilate, and I'm still alive and I can continue. And in the kill video I'm going to play after this, you can see it actually procs, and it saved my life. So if you're having issues with the Nether Stomp into Annihilate combo, just grab a Haft, and that should pretty much save you. Other than that, yeah, the actual step-by-step guide. Oh no, I'm sorry, food buff. I use Bear Tartar. That way, every time I killed an eyeball or an arcane ad, I would run faster. I use this for kiting Phase 1 getting between point A and point B faster, and Phase 2 to cutting the boss around. Other than that, yeah, that's all the changes from the actual guide. So let me go ahead and play the kill video, and thanks for watching.
Arrogant fools! I am empowered by the souls of 1,000 conquered worlds. Even a fraction of my power will be enough to destroy you. Not so fast. Varys, dispose of this rabble. With pleasure, my I will make your rules, not always to fight. Infinite, our numbers are endless! Bow before the might of the Burning Legion!
We will never bow!
You must stand strong, champion. Do not give up.
Ha! You are all that remains. There is no hope. No one is coming to save you.
It is you who are alone, Khul. Your time has come.
No one is coming to save you.
It is you who are alone, Khul. Your time has come.
This is not possible! This is not possible! Behold the wrath of Cruel!
He is overloading himself with power! Look out!
You made it! I feared we had lost you in the blast. Velen saw us to safety before the explosion overtook us. Cruel wasn't so fortunate.
Light be with you. Be careful. Need help? Light bless you.